And I think we're about ready to begin the Grand March. Mrs. Shue, when you're ready. Miss Ashley Shear and her escort, Travis Boward. Miss Catherine Frazier and her escort, Nick Fleshman. Miss Rachel Delks and her escort, Michael McKinney. Miss Sarah Cohen and her escort, Jeff Brown. Miss Gina Reed and her escort, Kenny McCrae. Miss Shirley Nally and her escort, Michael Gorman. Miss Megan Malorich and her escort, Jordan Puckett. Miss Mary Healy and her escort, Troy Donath. Miss Nahani Wheelock and her escort, Chris Skelton. Miss Jessica McDougall and her escort, Aaron Reed. Miss Amanda McDougall and her escort, T.J. Freed. Miss Nicole Lovell and her escort, Dan Sparks. Miss Abby Copeland and her escort, Brian Ingram. Miss Trista Tumulty and her escort, Brad Scott. Miss Shanna Bean and her escort, Jason Snyder. Miss Jessie Slack and her escort, Derek Baker. Miss Megan Fleming and her escort, Michael Martin. Miss Kristen Baker and her escort, Chris Brown. Miss Brandy Montgomery and her escort, Adam Skelton. Miss Jennifer Lehman and her escort, Michael Gasparini. Miss Sierra Schacht, and King nominee this evening for the prom is Sean Pettit, her escort. Miss Christy Tabor and her escort, Jake Mahler. Miss Ashley Worth and her escort, Colt Wright. Miss Emily Wilkinson and her escort, Brandon Welch. Miss Kelly Gleason and her escort, Jerry Gossett. Miss Lori Reinwald and her escort, Ryan Bast. Miss Alicia Barr and her escort, Adam Humbert. Miss Holly Maestas and her escort, Matt Viner. Miss Adrian Neal and her escort, Ryan Sullivan. Miss Jo Beth Baroviak and her escort, Adam Schonauer. Miss Jennifer Buffington and her escort, Marty Ryan. Miss Megan Franz and her escort, Adam Crismore. Miss Amanda Kilhofer and her escort, Josh Anderson. Miss Jennifer Huffine and her escort, Donald Shelton. Miss Becky Aller and her escort, Sean Bunch. Miss Danielle Winter and her escort, Brett Paulus. Miss Amber Wright and her escort, Kevin Curry. Prom Queen candidate Ashley Boyer and her escort, Zach Tibbs. Miss Sarah Conklin and her escort, Kyle Gleason. Prom Queen candidate Misty Horath and her escort, Brian Ossaker. How are we doing here? Piece of cake, piece of cake. Miss Shauna Goodman and her escort, Quint Workman. Miss Sarah Bates and her escort, Michael Aper. Miss Allie Perring and her escort, Robert Sharon. Miss Hillary Schweitzer and her escort, Nick Bay. Miss Bethany Gleason and her escort, Robert Locke. Miss Tiffany Short and her escort, Brian Langworthy. Miss Naomi Adams and her escort, Josh Schacht. Miss Carrie Olmstead and her escort, Josh Sullivan. Miss Alicia Marks and her escort, Chasten Karras. Miss Nikki Rutherford and her escort, Kevin Bruce. Miss Brianne Worth and her escort, Darren Vineyard. Miss Jennifer Tuttle and her escort Andrew Clapp. Miss Rochelle Sampson and her escort Richard McClellan.